mediocre games that I have in my, a collection. And again, this is just based on my opinion. You guys might disagree on some of these games. There's 8 games on this video. This video is gonna have gameplay in it, some gameplay. So yeah, first off here now, I'm gonna start out with Deathstranding, probably the most representative like of a mediocre game. This game, because it carries on, a Hideo Dreamer, right? Like it holds those similar mechanics from Metal Gear Solid 5 in this game. And the visuals are amazing. The cinematics, the customization, the interactables, the amount of lots of content here. But anyways, why it's mediocre? It's a walking simulator basically. It's a walking slash a delivery simulator. So you're walking 5 miles here. I deliver this package here, like at this facility, and it's kind of post apocalyptic, right? So America has been taken down. I think in the future, distant future. And but yeah, lots of walking, tons of walking, and that's basically what it is. You do, I believe, you do unlock, a bike later on, or a car, or like this heavy duty car. But yeah, too much walking, lots of walking. It just gets old and tiring very fast. It's a shame because it had a lot of great mechanics and interactables in the world, right? And overall crafting system. The crafting system too is actually pretty good. But yeah, too much walking. Right beside it is going to be Avengers 2020. So Avengers 2020 had a problem with his content. The fact that the enemies, they felt very repetitive. Lots of, tons of robots. And the fact that it was very cool to play as the Avengers. Don't get me wrong. Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, so on, Miss Marvel. Depending, what you want to call her. But yeah. So you have... Well, the problem is that Captain America I can take down at the same enemy Hulk can take down, or Thor can take down, or so on. So at the game, I had that problem of where there is that power imbalance or whatever, and as well too that the overall microtransaction. So you gotta basically pay to customize your character. I hate that so much. You gotta pay actual real money to customize your character. They just get lazy. Some games now get lazy with the customization. Like, just give us full on customization. But yeah, the overall mission designs were very are repetitive, were not fun. The story was actually good. The story was good. The visuals are good. The mechanics are not bad, but the overall gameplay, customization, the gear system, not fun at all. Not fun. Too much loot. But yeah, Avengers 2020. Right below it is these 2 games in the same category. Did a similar thing where this is a completely story game. So completely story focused game where there is a very little gameplay to chew on. Like a gameplay in that, actual, actual gameplay, like actual gameplay in that, there's a lot of these tight locked in camera moments where like you're walking in these slow cinematic areas, and there's QTE sections that's like when you have to press triangle to activate this or whatever, or square to activate this sequence quickly, the QTEs like when they show up like on the screen. But anyways, too much of that. There's too much of that in these games. And again, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. I'm pretty sure Heavy Rain like is well loved, but yeah, there isn't a whole there should have been more gameplay here. Same thing too with the other game. I can't remember what it's called. I don't want to replay as that mutant type girl. But yeah, now I was very cool about these games is the visuals, the cinematics, and the fact that every decision you make impacts the world or the game later on, right? Well, for the most part, right? Some decisions are more important than the other ones, and your playthrough is gonna be a different than my playthrough, depending on your choices, right? A moral choice, obvious choices, so on, paranoid choices. So yeah, there's different choices you can make in the game and path. But yeah, the overall, these slow walking moments. There's lots of these slow walking moments, and it's luckily the dialogue does kind of make up for it. But yeah, too much of that. But I understand these games are in a category like of their own, right? But in terms of enjoyment, it's overall mediocre. So I'm gonna slide over here now. Destroy All Humans: Path of the Furon, which is Destroy All Humans 3 or 4, depending on if you're counting the Nintendo Wii game for Destroy. So this one carries over a lot from Destroy All Humans 2. The weapons, our weapons are different, but it's obviously third person. You have the jetpack, mind control abilities. You have body snatching. But the problem here is the fact that there's a bad motion blur in the game, a really bad motion blur for the Xbox 360. Let me know if there's, for another version for PC, PS3, it might be different. But yeah, really bad motion blur. And it's almost blinding to look at. I mentioned this, a couple of months ago, but quickly, it's almost blinding to look at in the game. Playing the game, I do get tired. And it's a shame. It's a shame. This game has a lot. And I love, if you guys know my channel, I love Destroy All Humans 2. I love Destroy All Humans 2. Like, that game is amazing. It's amazing. But this game, the motion blur and the fact that some of the side missions, the map is really bad. They got lazy, like, with some of the, icons on the screen, and the interactables aren't as good, like, when you use, a telekinesis. It's not as good as it was in the original 2 games. But yeah, Destroy All Humans Path of the Furon is mid. Right above it is Knack. So Knack is a game. This is very hard to explain, but Knack is basically, why is mid? Because you lack offense. There's a bad lacking of offense in this game. It's a real shame. This game has a lot of potential, huge potential. With it coming out just as the PS4 came out, so 2013. I believe this was almost a launch title. I'm not sure, but with Knack, the problem is, very repetitive level design, extremely repetitive. But I basically think like a Little Big Planet, kind of like a semi Ratchet and Clank kind of, but a Drac and Dexter. But yeah, it does lack. There's a lot of variety, the variety in a lot of those games have. And with the overall, there's almost no customization at all. There's almost no customization, and the abilities you get, they're very limited, and there are scripted moments, badly scripted moments. But yeah, Knack. Yeah. So right over here is Avatar the game. This is gonna be very quick. Avatar the game, with the visuals, the overall. This is a movie game based on the Avatar movie, the original. So usually these movie games are hit or miss, right? They're either usually either good or bad. But with this one is like it's very mediocre in that it has, like a good set of sequences. Mechanics are not bad. The overall visuals for the PS3 era are pretty good. Customization was good, but however, lots of fetch questing, too much fetch questing. Go here, fetch this item, so on. And the platforming is not fun at all. Climbing things, yeah, it just didn't feel. This one did not feel natural to me. Like in its, I don't know. I didn't really. It just mediocre. Just an overall mediocre experience, and it does expand on that movie a little bit in that it is kind of a spin-off. It is kind of a spin-off to the movie, or like an alternate timeline in a way, but at the same basic idea. Right below it is Need for Speed Heat. So Need for Speed Heat, the main problem, so overall, like I like the content in the game, lots of content in the game, customization, various car classes. But the big problem that this game has is the fact that the mechanics feel bad. The driving does not feel fluent at all. Doesn't feel, your car feels extremely light, and as well, the nitro does not feel impactful. Most racing games, if there is nitro, it feels very impactful. Like you're gonna go a lot faster. This one, the nitro is just there. It doesn't feel impactful. Where's the punch in the nitro? And the police are very annoying, extremely annoying in the game. Hit detection is very annoying. So yeah, playing it more and more is like, oh my god. It's like, but the visuals, this is like one of the most beautiful games in terms of graphics. And last gen, right? I know PS4. It's hard to believe PS4 is last gen now, but yeah, time is fast. But yeah, I tell you, Need for Speed Heat had a lot of potential, but the driving mechanics, that's core in a lot of racing games. Midnight Club, from the older Need for Speeds to Dirt to Flat Out Head On to so on, Stuntman Ignition, so many games. But yeah, this game, the overall mechanics, and it does get old. The races do get very old. So my overall mediocre game. So this is gonna be my opinion. Remember, and there's gameplay in this. So like, share, subscribe, leave down any suggestions. Thank you.